Boom!
Boom! Hello, America! This is Joe Simons, Luke Diamonds, and Lukey, you there?
I sure am.
Looking good, looking good. We have an incredible guest today, Miss Lacey Kelly. Captain Lacey is what we like to call her. You there?
Thank you. I am here. I am live in Chiefland from Dunkin' Donuts.
Is that your office?
Yeah, from time to time.
Did you tell them that you're going to give them a little shout out on this for free coffee?
No, because I really like Starbucks better, but it's all right.
Oh boy, you're going to get booted out of there. Your Wi-Fi is going to get cut off any second.
I know. Now I'm going to have to drive to Gainesville. It's going to be bad.
All right, well, Lacey, tell us about yourself. And we've been following you for a long time when you were in Belize, and tell us what you've been doing, what you're doing now, and where you are, all that great stuff.
Following me, I've been following you guys since you were little kids. I've seen pictures of you guys catching fish for forever. So we got to get out there one day. But
Absolutely.
Yes, I am back from Belize. I spent 2 years there running a Trace Piscata's fly shop and basically just being a fly fishing bum. Did a lot of long walks on the beach accompanied by bonefish and rum. But at some point you gotta kind of I don't want to use the term grow up, but kind of. So I had a job offer back here in Florida with Florida Outdoor Experience, which is a fairly new Florida outfitter for hunting and fishing. We have a lodge operation up in Chiefland, Florida, and we specialize in turkey hunts, the elusive Osceola turkey hunt, which is one of the hardest birds to kill in North America, and we do a lot of hog hunts. We do some really neat thermal imaging at night with Ray Marine, which is pretty cool, and deer hunts. So on the hunting side of things, I'm up here for the entire hunting season, essentially, and when tarpon season rolls around, I will be back down south in Southwest Florida doing a little guiding. This will be my first year back from Belize, so I would imagine that I'm not going to be as busy as people just start to realize that I'm home and back on the water in April, May, and June. So I will have a lot of fun fishing, I think, this year, but planning on being super busy next year.
That's so cool. Well, I'm still kind of scratching my head. You said you got to grow up, but I thought the whole point of growing up was to move to a place like Belize and have bonefish and booze and the beach and all these bees, no?
It is, but you know what's funny is as much as I love fishing, but I miss the hunting side of things, so this is the perfect world for me right here. And, not that it ever gets old necessarily, but when you do make it your life and your livelihood, it's kind of nice to go back and visit those places and be able to just kick back and fish and not make it work. So I will be definitely back to Belize to tackle some more permit fishing. I have a trip coming up to the Bahamas in the next couple weeks, so I'll get my salt fix. But
well, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and I've been following Florida Outdoor Experience there on Facebook, and it looks like a just awesome group of people to work with, and you guys are doing some cool stuff. So
thank you. Yeah, we got a great lineup of guides. Owner Gray Drummond, he's been a hunting guide for a long time, and he kind of got into the fishing side, and his partner, Captain Randall Marsh, has been a good guide buddy and friend of mine for years. I've guided alongside of him down in Sanibel, Captiva, and then we have Captain Jeff Hageman, who's the Boca man. He's like the tarpon Boca dude, and he's up here helping us tonight with the Ray Marine hog hunt. So we got a good group of fellas, and I look to be doing some hunting guiding in the future, probably a little bit in turkey season, but next year I'll be full swing at it. So trying to really get in the game as far as hunting and fishing goes professionally. I've focused on the fishing thing for a long time, so it's time to switch it up a little bit.
Oh, that's exciting. And you're doing hog hunting tonight, is what you said?
Yes, we have the FLIR system that Ray Marine puts up on a screen that we place in our golf carts, and we ride around, and you locate hogs at night with that system, and then you get out with the 308 and a night vision scope and take your choice of hogs. So
that's
pretty
great.
cool.
That sounds awesome.
it kind of feels like you're in a video game, but then you're hunting in real life, and it's pretty neat. I'm not going to lie. It's probably one of the coolest things I've done in a while.
No, it's awesome. Take some footage or pics or whatever you can send us. That'd be so cool to see.
I will. You guys got to get over and try it out.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I would love to do that. That's crazy.
Maybe we need to have like a Salt Strong presence one night. Let the hogs know what's up.
We'll bring some booze, maybe some, I guess moonshine would be a little bit more applicable for that kind of a hunt. So
that is always welcome up here, man. Always welcome.
Awesome.
So Lacey, what would you say is your most memorable or I guess favorite either fishing or hunting story growing up?
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, fishing or hunting. I mean, there's so many. How do you even do that? Narrow that down is, I don't know.
Or even a funny one. Maybe you did something crazy or just something that always sticks in the back of your head when you're trying to tell a story. Say, you know what, that was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Okay, I'll paraphrase and make it short, I guess, to an extent. But I would say there's a hunting and a fishing story. The first one's going to be a struggle. It's not even funny. It's actually like terrible. It took me almost 2 years to catch my second permit on fly. And the first one, I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is not that hard. I was here for a week and I caught my first permit on fly. And then I moved to Belize and I lived there. And I had so many follows and so many heartbreakers. And I'm pretty positive I've probably missed about 20 on the strip set. Just not knowing that they ate it. You're back here, you know, you're going to grab your line again and not working out. So the very last day of my season there this last year in 2014, which would have been about middle of August, I was about to head to the Keys to go lobstering with my folks. I thought to myself, idling out, I'm like, this is the day. This is going to happen. This is going to work. I'm going to do it today. I've struggled with this so bad. I've missed so many, and I'm going to do it. And I sat there, idling out, had my coffee, had that like positive juju going, get to the flat, and no joke, there's a school of like, I don't know how many hundreds of permit there.
Wow.
So I caught one. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, all right, let's do it again. So I catch another one. I'm now like on cloud nine. I'm like, all right, one more. Can I just so I catch 3 all in one day? And that was really memorable to me because I had worked at it so hard. I've never wanted to catch a fish so bad on the fly rod, like ever. Probably a fish period, to be honest with you. So that was pretty cool and rewarding. And after the third one, my guide, Will Flack in Belize, he goes, all right, like, I know you can probably catch 3 or 4 more, but don't be greedy. Like, take it for what it is, and we're going to go in, we're going to have some cocktails and some ceviche and celebrate. I'm like, all right. So it was pretty cool.
It's a very cool story.
And I think on the hunting side of things, I was down in the Everglades, probably, this is a while ago. I was hunting by myself in the afternoon hunt. And the morning hunt, it was doe week, and I shot a doe in the morning in the same stand. And I walked back into that stand probably a couple miles deep in the Everglades, and I'm sitting there, and it's all water surrounding me. It was really wet that time of year for some reason, and which is strange for November. And I hear something coming, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, so I get set up. I was actually rifle hunting, just trying to take a couple does out for meat for the season because I eat a lot of deer meat. And so I get set up, and this deer just like runs by faster than any other deer I've ever seen in my life. So I yell at it, try to stop it. I'm like, well, that's a bunch of crap. Like, that really sucks. So not even a few seconds later, I hear something else coming. I'm like, cool, there's another one. This is going to be great. Well, it wasn't a deer. I look over, and I'm like, that's not a dog. It was a bear, and the bear was chasing the deer. And I mean, it was like full on, like just insane, like going faster than any bear I've ever seen run. So then the bear catches the deer, like right behind my stand, probably about 50 yards. So I'm texting my dad. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I just saw a bear catch a deer, Dad. It was like National Geographic, blah blah blah. He's freaking out. I have my rifle. I'm not thinking anything of it.
Now, I'm about to ask, like, how high of a stand are you in right now?
It was about, I would say it was about 25 foot. I mean, it was pretty high. It was just a double ladder, so it wasn't, maybe 20 foot or so. So, but kind of in the wide open and surrounded by water. So I'm texting him, well, my phone dies, and I realized like a few minutes later that I hear something else coming. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like after all that commotion, well, it was her 2 cubs that she was calling in.
Oh my God.
And they come like right behind my stand up on their back legs, start talking to her. They talk back and forth, and then they drag the deer right behind my stand, and I got to listen and see them eat it for the rest of my hunt into about 20 minutes into dark when somebody finally came to get me. It was the scariest thing I've ever had happen to me, but so cool at the same time. And the moral of the story is you're not going to outrun the bear.
That's crazy. What an experience.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I heard in Florida that they're going to open a bear season. Have you guys heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it's kind of on the table, so be pretty cool.
Crazy. You go back to your same little spot in Everglades.
Nope. I don't think I ever hunted that stand after that. That was it. I was a little shaky. Yeah.
Was it? What about a fish that you haven't caught? Everyone, has that fish they haven't caught. Is there one on your bucket list? Anywhere in the world? What do you got?
I think it's on every saltwater fly fisherman's bucket list. I've got to go to the Seychelles and catch a big old GT on fly. Like, I don't know. They're so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I don't know because I haven't been there yet, but from the videos, I really got to get out there and catch one very, very soon. It's the whole trip is in the works. I would say in the next 2 years, I should be able to afford to go there. So
super cool.
It's a good chunk of change. Let's put it that way.
I can imagine. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that one.
How about if there was just one fish in the world just left? What would it be that you could just catch all day long? And what would be your favorite?
Permit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day long.
All day long. Have you guys caught a permit on fly yet?
I have not caught a permit, not on a fly. Yeah.
Just crab.
It'll drive you crazy. Be prepared to get some gray hairs, man.
And then of course we'll have that one trip where we get a hat trick like you did. That's so cool.
Yeah, right. I mean that was perfect. And I've had now I think the goal is really to catch a big one on fly. All of the ones that I've caught have been in that kind of like from 6 to 10 pound range. They were not huge by any means. I did have a 15 pound. I had 2 actually on this last year. 2 on and it came off. And I don't even want to tell you why, but it was a bad deal.
That's a big fish on a fly. A big fish regardless. It's a lot of power.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you why. And this is why it really makes me probably look like a complete retard, but apparently I was tying flies and probably drinking some wine while I was tying some flies. 4 or 5 months prior to when I was fishing this particular fly that I tied, and I did not realize when I did it, because it looks like the same pattern. It was this shrimp pattern that I use quite often with Will down there. I didn't realize that I tied it on a circle hook. Now, it's possible to catch one, don't get me wrong, on a fly on a circle hook. However, I didn't know that when I strip set it, so long story short, after losing two very big permit, 2 of the biggest permit I've ever had on in my life, we look at the fly and Will goes, check your hook.
Nice hook.
Yeah, nice hook. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, what? So I get it in my hand and I'm like, oh my God, like how did this happen? Because seriously, I had about 30 of those same exact flies in my box, and that was the only one that had a circle hook on it.
And probably a little dabble of wine around the edges of the fly.
Yeah. So It's funny, but it was just a lesson, probably. I think just a fishing lesson that we all come across from time to time in our lives. But I look every time I put a fly on, I examine the hook. I make sure that it's not a circle hook, or if it is, then I know how to handle it from there.
That was funny. All right, so last question before we get into the trivia questions. If you could fish with anyone living today, anybody, who would it be? One person.
Today. Well, could it be somebody that I've fished with already?
Yeah, if they were that good, you'd dying to go fishing with them again, sure.
Okay, so, and I know we talked about her earlier, but I am dying to go steelheading with April Boki.
April, yeah, we're going to be interviewing her soon. That's awesome.
I got kind of the bug in her ear. I think I'm going to try to plan a trip sometime in August, probably after I get a little bit of a lobstering fix and I need to go get a change of scenery. But I've only fished with her one time in Belize. She caught her first tarpon on fly that day. It was super cool, and she's not only an excellent angler but really a good role model. I really look up to her as a professional in the industry. I mean, she's taken this whole perception of being a female fishing guide to a different light and a different level, and I really got to go just check out her home waters and like see her in her like element in her deal.
That's so cool. Well, I think she's down in Australia right now, probably doing all kinds of fishing. Who knows? I mean, in Australia, New Zealand, it's so cool. I was down there one time, and you could be out there fishing for black marlin in the afternoon and that night, or even the morning, like literally the same 24 hours, be in some river catching huge steelhead. I mean, it's such a cool place.
Right, and I gotta get to New Zealand for the brown trout. Like, I know that's another thing that she'll be hosting some trips, so that's on the list too. I mean, they got some just massive, big old browns. I want to cradle one day.
Love it. All right, so here it is. Luke and I are, as you know, we're doing this March Madness, and we're going to be giving away $5,000 of our own dinero to the Wounded Warriors, and we're going to be donating it in 3 people's names, people like you that we interview, and it's going to be whoever has the most questions right. And you got a distinct advantage because you actually know hunting and fishing, and we do have a few hunting questions in here, I believe. So, are you ready?
Well, I hope I win it for the boys and girls that have served our country.
We're going to get Florida Outdoor Experience, all your information, and how people can contact you. I guess a lot of it's going to have to do on how well you do these questions. If you miss them all, then I mean, the whole deal is just blown.
Let's see how it works out, man. You never know.
I think you're going to get this first one. Which hook is the largest? A 1/0, a 6/0, or a 9/0 hook? Which one is the largest?
A 9/0.
Perfect. 1 for 1. All right, this isn't the hunting. This is one that a lot of people would miss. And this is still tough. I didn't know the answer to this. Which sex dog, male or female, is more likely to be easier to train for hunting?
A male.
It's saying female.
What?
Should have gone with your gut. Should have gone with your gut.
Dude, but all right. Okay, it's funny because you know every good hunter that I know in this entire state that has dogs that actually hunts with their dogs, none of them use females.
Not funny? Well. They didn't say it's a better hunter. It just said it's going to be easier to train.
Okay. It's kind of like men, too. Yeah, I get it. We're more trainable. We listen.
All right, this is an interesting one that I don't think many people are going to get. Why doesn't the newborn elk have a problem with many predators?
Doesn't have any smell?
There it is. It's born without any scent at all.
Impressive.
Woo-woo!
So are deer. The same thing, a little fawn.
You're good. This could be a couple different ones. What do you call the device which you use to lift fish from the water onto your boat?
A boca grit.
Sure. It could be a lot of things. A net, a gaff, anything.
Yeah. I was thinking saltwater, sorry.
It's all good.
A net, yeah.
We'll give it to you, girl. A net was just too obvious, right?
Yeah, kind of.
True or false? A long barrel provides a more straight and accurate shot than a short barrel. True or false? A long barrel provides a more straight and accurate shot than a short.
I'd say true.
True. She's on fire.
Nice.
Boom.
Luke, are you keeping track? Is that 3 out of 4?
I believe that's 3 there. On a roll.
What's up with all the hunting questions on the fishing interview?
We wanted to change it up.
I'm kidding.
Said it's we asked Jeff a few, and he couldn't get the hunting ones. They're tough. All right, what is the IGFA's Bass Royal Slam Club? Meaning, how many species of bass do you have to catch in a lifetime to be in the Royal Slam Club?
I got no freaking clue.
You gotta make a guess. It's a number. It's between 1 and 100. Well, think how many species of bass? I mean, it can't be that many, but there's
9?
Huh?
9?
It's 8. You're so close.
Oh, really?
I promise you, it's 8.
How many species are there? I didn't realize there were even that many more species than that. Jeez.
Yeah, I was just trying to
It's probably all of them.
I guarantee you, I couldn't name all 8 of them.
All right, is that 4 out of 6, Luke? Is that right?
That is right.
Solid.
All right. What is a cutthroat? A species of what?
Trout.
There you go.
5 right. That's I believe that's record territory so far.
Right. That's a record so far.
Boom.
Freaking awesome. All right, so tell us how to get a hold of you, how to follow you and Florida Outdoor Experience, and.
So you can definitely follow Florida Outdoor Experience on Instagram. It's Florida Outdoors, FL, Outdoors spelled out. On Facebook, it's going to be Florida Outdoor Experience. You can visit and like our page. We have a lot of cool giveaways that we do during the year, not only hunts, but we'll be giving away probably a Bowtech bow very soon. So if you want to participate in that, you could get yourself in a very nice setup from Jerry's Archery in Ocala. As far as me personally, you can follow me at Captain Lacey, it's CAPT Lacey on Instagram, and Captain Lacey on Facebook. I have a page that you can like on there and follow my travels. Both are integrated a little bit with each other because I'm very much so involved with the Florida Outdoor Experience, and I'm up here living the life, man. I live at hunting camp in a bunkhouse with a bunch of hunting guides, so it's pretty cool.
But you guys take some pretty legit pictures, and the videos and stuff that I've watched. It's pretty awesome stuff for a bunch of good old boys and girls in a hunt camp.
Thanks, man. We've been doing some cool stuff. Something else for you guys to all check out is Wild Instinct Outdoors. A good buddy of mine, Captain Chris Whitman, is doing probably one of the coolest lifestyle hunting and fishing shows I've seen in a while, and that I've been able to be a part of. So he'll be up in a few weeks. We're going to do an Osceola hunt with him, and then kind of do a little cast and blast and head out on the redfish flats and do some fly fishing for reds. So check it out.
Super cool. And what's the Florida Outdoor Experience site? Do they have a website up
Yes.
now?
It's www.floridaoutdoorexperience.com. Super easy. We offer all sorts of hunts and fishing charters all over the state of Florida. So whatever you essentially want to do, give us a call, and we'll make it happen with the best of the best.
What a fun interview. We cannot wait to finally meet you. We've heard so much about you through, I don't know, throughout the last couple of decades, literally, from a mutual friend and a family member, really, Karen. KK, as we know her, so we can't wait to go out fishing with you finally and celebrate and throw some high fives around and
Yes.
maybe donating a big ass check with your name on it since you're in the lead right now.
I hope so. I hope nobody else, beats me out of that. I really want to help out, and you let any of those guys know and gals at the Wounded Warriors project that they are more than welcome to come hunt and fish with us anytime.
Done.
We love to get them out there. We've worked with them in the past. They've been up for a few hunts, but I think we got to put one on the books. So maybe you can tie that into your giveaway.
We'll try to make it happen. Well, Captain Lacey, thank you again so much. Good luck with the hog hunt. We expect to see some cool pictures and videos from that.
Right on, man. It's a pleasure working with you guys. I'm really excited about what you guys got going on here. It's super cool, and I think it's going to take off. And congrats to your new venture. And we have to fish one day.
For
soon.
sure. On the last note here, Captain Lacey equals salt strong. Booyah.
Yes.
Thanks again. All right, Lukey.